Not often that I do new sites, but I've popped up the A1 a little bit further north of where Mary's Meadows was, and so basically past Stamford up the A1 turn left. This place is a nature reserve called Cribb's Meadows, and I don't know what's here. I'm told there's green winged orchids here, so we should see something. Whether there's anything else, I don't know. Certainly later in the season there'll be other things here, but it could be quite interesting, so we'll go and take a look and see what's here. Well, it's a pleasant enough flower meadow, especially on a day like this, and it's full of cowslips, but it's apparently full of green winged orchids as well, and it's not. There's a few around, there's one sitting next to me, I'll show you in a moment, but yeah, so far I think sparse is the understatement for this place. It's certainly not a patch on Mary's Meadows, but there's the odd orchid. I'm just going to have to work hard to find them a few green winged orchids dotted around, so I'll keep looking for a little bit longer. There you go, a nice little Cribb's Meadow green winged orchid with a cowslip. I think I've worked this place out a little bit now. 90% of it is pretty stark and pretty barren, but I've moved up into the top corner of the reserve now, which is quite high up compared with the rest, and yeah, there's a few green winged orchids dotted around. This is a nice one, very purple, not a lot of markings on it, but a cute plant. They're all purple at the moment, so I'm hoping there might be some sort of variation. I'll keep looking, but at the moment it's purple. Well, it's still mostly purple, but a wee bit more attitude with this one. A little bit of lightness in there, nice patterns inside the flower, so yeah, it's getting a wee bit better. Another quite nicely variegated colour. It's still purple, but the white makes a difference. I must admit there's not so many plants here as Mary's Meadows. I mean, so far I've seen about 2-3 dozen compared with 1,000 plus at Mary's Meadows, but they're very sturdy plants, good quality plants here, so yeah, has a little bit to say for it. Well, I could almost claim that one as a pink. It's about, yeah, that's a nice colour, that is. That's probably the best one I've found so far. There's quite a few now. I've drifted down the hill a little bit, and they're getting a little bit denser now, so the place is starting to pick up. Still can't find a really nice pink one, and I think the chances of finding a white is probably 0. I'll keep looking. I knew there'd be one somewhere. I think I can definitely claim that one as a pink. It's a bit sort of tightly clustered, but yeah, it's definitely a pink in a field of purples, so full marks to it. And as is always the case with all orchids, once you find one, 6 foot to one side of it, there's another one. This is a real belter. Very nice plant. This has made the trip worthwhile, really. Beautifully marked, pink, green winged orchid. That's a mouthful. I think, as I mentioned at Mary's Meadows, it's the stripes you can see on what they refer to as the wings of this plant that give it the name green winged orchid. Some people call them green veined orchid, but yeah, that is a really nice plant. Well, I was ready to write the place off and give it a bit of stick, really, but this top corner, call it what you will, of the field, yeah, it's good. There's a good density of green winged orchids here. I was about to say I'll never come back here again, at least not at this stage of the year, but yeah, there's quite a good collection here of very nice green winged orchids. They are nearly all purple. There's very little variation, but yeah, there's the odd one out here that's worth seeing, and it's just a nice place, really. If this was spread across the whole field, it would be a belter, but yeah, it might be worth the extra 10 minutes beyond Mary's Meadows to come and see this in later years, and yeah, I'll give it about 7 out of 10. That's it. That's Cribb's Meadows for you. So yeah, it's okay. It's okay. This time of year, I don't know what it's like later in the year. There are common spotted orchids that grow here later, so it may be worth checking out again later in the season. I'm not 100% sure I'll come up here. But yeah, I think possibly if you're visiting Mary's Meadows, it's a case of jump back on the A1 for 10 minutes, head up, look for South Witham. You'll find Cribb's Meadows. It's all over the internet. It is a nature reserve. Yeah, a nice collection of green winged orchids, if you like purple, which is the colour they are meant to be anyway. But yeah, I think it's been worthwhile. Nice trip on a nice day. So yeah, this time I think I will definitely be putting the camera away for a good week or two, unless I hear something on the grapevine, because it's quite clear the early summer orchids are at least 2 weeks away now. So I'll be waiting now until they start to show their faces, and then we'll be out again, hopefully with blue sky and sunshine. Until then, see you around.